Yo! It's your boy Carcino here. As new developments has arisen with the Nerlens, Noel, and Rich Paul situation. Now, Rich Paul is being accused by Nerlens, Noel of negligence and costing him over $58 million in his salary. Now that he's got a good deal with the New York Knicks, without the help of Rich Paul, without the help of Rich Paul. We're going to go into a lot of things here because on the Patreon, you guys were able to see the details of the entire claim. And oh, buddy, it revealed many different things. Now, I felt bad for Nerlens Noel because others have suffered the same fate, and he mentioned these names in the actual complaint and lawsuit. He thought this is just the way the business worked. He didn't realize that this was happening all over. Now, the new developments were coming out because things were showing and rigging its ugly face as he's wondering, why was all of these things happening to me? Now, Shannon Sharp brought out some details that never was even revealed to the general public, not even by Nerlens Noel. He brought to the situation that Rich Paul tried to acquire $200,000 that he was owed from the deal that he had in place. Even though he was terminated, he still had to be paid out his contract. So when he signed his deal, he was owed the $200,000. Nerlens Noel is like, why would I be paying you $200,000 when you just cost me $58 million, mother sucker? Now, Nerlens Noel found out from the 76ers head coach what was going on. He said, we tried to get you, but your agent wouldn't pick up the phone. So we thought you weren't interested. He never called us back. When he heard that, he became irate and started digging. And boy, oh boy, if you think this thing don't have legs, they tried to make it look like, oh, there's no way he could prove that. He has no claims. Oh, buddy, the rabbit hole gets deeper because it's starting to reveal, peeling back the layers, that there is someone in the middle. The real culprit it's the real culprit is LeBron James. We believe 100%. Because the new details that came out, it all points out that it's no brainer to me. I didn't need him to pull the mask off for me to tell you who the culprit was. This guy is always dead smack in the middle. Right? Of every problem. And if he would have got away with it if it wasn't for you damn kids. I almost got away with it too. If it wasn't for you damn kids. Now, in this situation, you look at what was the real true motivation here. What am I even talking about, right? What am I going through right now? These guys are fighting over money, right? But it's a little bit more than that. They screaming at Rich Paul when Rich Paul is just a puppet. He's a puppet. Mr. I don't need no college. The one that supposedly is dating Adele. Yeah, right. Now, Rich Paul okay. We're going to take it a little bit further than that. Just so that we're clear. Because this is more than just about money. This is about, let's help LeBron. Just what it's always been. Positioning of players where you want them to go, playing with their lives to help you win. Yep. Let's get to it. Thanks to the Bleacher Report putting out Fisher's story, the sources confirm that the 76ers were indeed interested in landing Noel before Philadelphia shifted its sights to Al Horford after being unable to reach Rich Paul. The Clippers and Rockets also attempted to contact Rich Paul that same offseason, also to no avail. Why is this? So LeBron James can have a better chance at winning. So Noel was not lying about this. The biggest thing is, why weren't you taking their calls, Rich? Why did you decide it was better for them, who had better deals on the table, for your client? You didn't take their call. So you weren't doing what was best for the client. All right, let's go to the Patreon right quick. Okay, it's all here in black and white. Name 3 that you need out the group. Here's what happened to Aaliyah. And we got Dale Curry saying that about the wife. And details. Okay, there it is. Details in the Nerlens Noel lawsuit. Let's go here. Oh, yeah, the Casino for Life Patreon. You already know how to get it. All right. Let's pull it up. Boom. The actual lawsuit filed. Now, something very interesting in here, and I'm going to get to it for you. See, they're mad Happy Walters. Remember I did the video telling you about Happy? Mm-hmm. Now, there's something very interesting here, and I'm going to get it for you. Okay, here we go. Let's focus here. During the 2019-2020 season, Rich Paul, and Clutch Sports weren't doing any work on his behalf. Concerned about the lack of effort of the results, Noel contemplated terminating his relationship with Rich Paul back in January of 2020. Noel expressed his concerns to Mr. Lucas Newton from Clutch Sports. And he told him that there had been talks to OKC on his behalf. Lucas Newton? Why didn't he talk to Rich Paul? Who is Lucas Newton? Boom! There you go. That's Lucas Newton. That's Christopher Fitch. That's Rich Paul. Ding 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 dun 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 dun. See, the rabbit hole gets a little deeper now, don't it? Yeah, I don't need no college. No, you don't. You just put your face on everything. But let's see what's really going on. And there's the guy right there. From Westminster Academy. What did Cappy say about Rich and LeBron? Oh, she said, Chris, once a Paul, always a Paul. And this person's on the up and up? Something tells me something's a little fishy here. Or something's a little sweet as sugar. Sweet. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Look how you licking his lip. If these cameras wasn't here right now. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Now, let's take a look, shall we? This is the client list for Lucas Newton from Clutch Sports. He's got Malik Beasley, Gary Trent Jr., THT, Darius Garland, Montrezl Harrell, Kai Jones, Jalen Johnson, Lonnie Walker IV, Ben Lacklemore, and what's that? Jalen Lacroix? So these are his clients. But I thought they was Rich clients. I thought it was his clients. Now you wouldn't allow Noel to sign with. You wouldn't allow Noel to sign with the Clippers. Why? Because you knew what a force he would have been on that team with Kawhi Leonard. On the defensive end alone, let alone with the offensive side with Chris Paul. And that would have, not Chris Paul, but what's the other guy named Paul George? All these Pauls. Boy, these Pauls are popping up everywhere, ain't they? Paul George, Chris Paul, Rich Paul. Paul always in the damn middle. It's appalling. Now, this ain't about the money. For Noel it is, because you playing with his livelihood. He out of $58 million that he could have probably fed his family with for the rest of his life. Now he's got to try to make do, and finally he got this 3-year deal, which give him some sort of security so he could renegotiate himself, but he almost was out the league. And there's other players that this has happened to. This is what rung the bells for him. So definitely pay attention to this, ladies and gentlemen, because this is real. This ain't hate. This is real life. This ain't hating on LeBron and all that stuff. But when your best friend is the owner of his own sports agency, LeBron, and he always follows behind you like a lapdog, and he all of a sudden, your best friend, your right-hand man who you lead to represent you, your best friend gonna represent you, who never went to college, who didn't do any of these things. He shadowed Leon Rose, and now he's good enough to run the whole thing by himself and run your whole career. Boy, you must think we as stupid as you look. Now, all of a sudden, this guy right here, you mean to tell me this guy did all of these things with all these other players' careers not to help you? Why wouldn't they take the Houston Rockets calls? Because you know he would have been playing with Chris Paul. Was Chris Paul there? Either Chris Paul or Westbrook and James Harden on that team, the Rockets. You didn't want the Rockets getting better, and you didn't want the Clippers getting better. And you didn't want him playing on the 76ers either. Didn't want him with Ben. No, that's too much of a force. Having him over there, they already got them. If they'd have made it to the finals against you, that wouldn't have been pretty. So you want to keep teams as dismantled as possible while you load all the players on your team. We know the game, and you're busted. You are busted. So, I want to get to this so you can understand. Who are Rich Paul clients? LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Trae Young, Draymond Green, Ben Simmons, John Wall, and Janjori Murray from the San Antonio Spurs. Those are his clients. So now you know what's going on, right? So those are the guys that's going to get his attention, while the other guys are being represented by other people whose names you don't know, right? But when they announce it, Rich Paul, right? They don't say the other agent's name. They tell you, Rich Paul. Why would he do that? And you see what happened to Trez, right? See what happened to Trez. Now, I want to show you something else, too. Now, it's on the Casino for Life Patreon, but there's more stuff on the Patreon. Definitely the Aaliyah thing you're going to want to see. But today is August the 30th. You kind of want to wait until the 1st, September 1st, if you're going to sign up, if you're new, because you'll be billed twice, because everything starts back on the 1st. So definitely just wait till September 1st. But I'm going to give you some other stuff that was there, just so you can know and you can see it for yourself. I want you to see it. It's not me just saying it. Listen, the belief was that Paul and Clutch Sports were only focusing their marquee clients and did not have the capacity to provide competent service for other clients such as Noel. Eventually, okay, this was going to go bad. But you can see right here, it says it. Capacity to provide competent service to other clients such as Noel or players like Norris Cole or Shabazz Muhammad as additional examples. Noel terminated his relationships with Paul and Clutch Sports on December 19, 2020. Paul was replaced by George Langsberg of the GSL Sports Agency. Oh, man. Right. Powerful, ain't it? Tried to warn them. I tried to warn them. They even did some tacky stuff to my page yesterday. To my Max Kellerman video. It's crazy. And I went and I saw it. I said, what in the world? And then I went and complained to them about it, and then they changed it. They fixed it. And I'm like, I'm glad that it's fixed, but I'm a little concerned of the initial problem to begin with. If I didn't notice it, if I didn't go back and take a look, I was being cheated. Why would you do that? But that's neither here nor there. They corrected it. Right? We just move forward. Nah, that ain't what I do. They gonna know about it, and they gonna know I have questions. Now, Mr. As Is himself, Carcino. Want to thank everybody who hit the super chat up, everybody who donated to my Cash App, Carcino. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the page and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to subscribe to Kwame Brown Bust Life and hit the notification bell. Because what they're going to try to do is block out his notifications and try to act like people just lost interest. And every month they'll try to bring it down a little to make it look gradual. But this is a strategic plan they're using as sabotage. Have anybody lost interest in Kwame Brown's page? Hell no, they haven't. But they trying to make it appear to be. Same thing they did over here. But see, when I was on YouTube, I didn't know what was going on. I was just making videos. I didn't know how to fight back. I had to learn how to fight back so that this wouldn't happen. Follow at Self Talk too. Blood Boxing, 78 Sports TV, Ticket TV. Welcome to HD TV with the 2 eyes. HD be giving the real. So definitely keep up with him. We should have a fantasy football live chat coming up very soon, because the season get ready to start. So that's gonna be awesome. Awesome, I tell you. Awesome. Ha 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 ha. So anyway, love, peace, and hair grease.